Have you ever wondered what goes on behind the table at a dance competition? Exactly what are the judges looking for anyway? This is Making the Impact, a dance competition podcast. Each week we'll cover a different topic related to the world of competitive dance from the perspective of the judges behind the table.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Season 7 wrap-up episode. It's Courtney on Making the Impact, and I'm here with Lesley, Mealor, my fabulous co-host.
What's up, Courtney? What's up, listeners? What's up, Chico the cat?
Chico's here, Charlotte here on your lap.
She's not, surprisingly. We always have our kitty cat friends. I think it's hot today, so I bet you she's somewhere trying to be cool.
Yeah, it is. It's finally hot. We are finally officially in summer. And can you believe that Season 7 is already over?
I can't really. It's been a wild ride since 2019, and somehow here we are in 2026, and it's Season 7. And
I know.
If listeners remember from like Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, I'm always like, are we going to run out of stuff to talk about? And we have not.
Truly never. I mean, even with this season of us kind of going a little bit more bi-weekly with some new additions and throwbacks added to the mix, we still had a whole darn list of extra topics that are probably going to happen in Season 8.
This is true. They just keep coming. So thanks to our listeners for always giving us inspiration, and thanks to the dance world for just always evolving.
Yeah. Well, we are here with our wrap-up, and for all of our listeners who are diehards and know the drill, we also launched a final episode of our Season 7 today as well. So give a listen to that if you haven't. It's all about judging horror stories and what it's like to be a dance competition judge when it comes to treatment and offer details and expectations and where the industry is right now. And it's also a two-parter. So part 1 you get to listen to now, but part 2 is coming your way as a summer bonus episode while we are on hiatus over the summer months, because sadly this is the last episode that you will listen to in Season 7.
It is, but you know what? Everybody needs a break every now and then, and that includes us. So Courtney, what's your summer looking like?
Oh, every year it just is busy. But again, I am trying my hardest to have a few days at home. Like, I straight up said before I overbooked myself, I need to stay home in June. I need to not travel until nationals. But, that didn't really happen. I have a busy June set up with a few teaching gigs, but definitely some time spent home. I'm going on vacation, which I'm very excited about. And I have a nationals with Streets in July. I have some more exciting things that we can tell everybody about in podcast land for the summer. But what's your summer looking like?
Well, I too am going on vacation. Actually, I might be on vacation when this releases. So
Yay.
I will be listening from sunny Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
But yeah, I am not super busy this summer, which is exciting, but I am going to be judging my first nationals in a while. It's been a minute since I've been at a nationals. So if anybody is headed to Branson, Missouri with stage 1, I will be there for the first half of nationals. I'm super excited to get out there and spend a little bit of summertime.
I love that. That's going to be really great. And I know nationals is a whole nother beast. I mean, to all of the listeners out there who are going to nationals, I hope you have the best time ever. Usually our nationals are around these days 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, sometimes 8 days long. So hope it's in a really fun spot with lots of things to do for the whole family. We have our standard Orlando and Myrtle Beach and California, and Vegas is a popular nationals destination. So, and yours is kind of like a little casino adventure entertainment hub where you're heading.
Yeah, there's a whole theme park in Branson.
Great.
Lots of stuff going on in Branson. I haven't been to Branson in a few years. So yeah, I'm excited. So if anybody's headed out there, give me a shout. Would love to say hello. And what else? We have so much going on.
We do. And I think that before we jump into all of our stats and all of our upcoming news with the podcast for our summertime hiatus, let's announce some of our final Making the Impact Award winners of Season 7. And I'm sure you've heard all season long that we give away our Judge's Choice Award at IDA affiliated competition events. And this is strictly for the regional season. So we have a few final leftover winners that we would like to share with you.
From Star Talent Productions event in Richmond, Virginia, congrats to Forest Dance Academy from Forest, Virginia for their production Good vs. Evil.
From Onstage America's event in Coral Springs, Florida, congrats to That's Dancing from Lake Worth, Florida for their small group When I Was 4.
From Endless Talent Dance's event in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, congrats to Dance Fever from Charlotte, North Carolina for their small group This Gift.
From Decca Dance Competition's event in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, congrats to Just Off Broadway from Hillsdale, New Jersey for their large group All Aboard. And next up on our list is our fabulous Platinum Premium subscribers. And we love y'all because you help make this podcast possible. Our Platinum Premium subscribers get exclusive content to monthly bonus episodes, live Q&A, and some additional perks, including a live Zoom chat with me 3 times throughout the season. Our next one is scheduled in June, coming up soon. That's where I get to sit down and hear all about how the season went. Recital, final competitions, if you're prepping for nationals, if you're heading to summer intensives. I get to know a lot of the Platinum Premium subscribers who are diehard Making the Impact fans, and they get to ask me personalized questions on the Zoom chat about their dancer or advice for their dancer's future. So it's a really great perk as well. And if you are a Platinum Premium subscriber, we appreciate your support and want to give a shout out to some of our recent Platinum Premium subscribers.
Thanks for your support to Carrie G, Kim S, Sarita R, and Debbie Jo T, a studio owner of Dance Concept in Texas. She says, loved chatting with you during the teacher forum at Dallas Streets. Honestly, there isn't a topic you've addressed on the pod that I haven't loved. I've inhaled them all. You have great guests and definitely have your thumb on the pulse of the dance comp world. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yay. We love that. Thank you, Debbie Jo. And it was so great chatting with you at Streets. And we love all of our Platinum Premium subscribers. So if you are listening and you want to help support our podcast for many seasons to come, because remember, this is a free service, but it isn't free to make possible. So we have a lot of people on the back end that we want to thank, including our fabulous editor, Usama, who edits all of our episodes. And I want to thank my co-host, Lesley Mealor, who joins me every single week and pours her heart and soul and love of dance onto the podcast for 7 seasons strong, and all of our amazing guests who join us to chat dance year after year. We're grateful for all of you, and we love making this podcast possible, but we need some help and support from the fans out there. So thank you, Platinum Premium subscribers.
Awesome. Well, I mean, speaking of numbers, we have some stats that we want to give you guys. You know, we love to give stats. A lot of this is for us, but some of it's for you, because in season 7 alone, we have had over 70,000 listens. That is like, I still can't get over these numbers sometimes. I don't like math, but like big numbers, that's impressive.
I feel like that's huge. I mean,
well, it is, because listen to this next number. Our total downloads since season 1 is 774,610.
Wow. We almost hit 775,000 listens and downloads. I'm waiting for the day. I mean, oh my gosh, we're getting closer. I wonder when we're going to hit.
Again with the math. I don't like it. This is probably wrong. But we've had 7 seasons. We've have approximately 700,000 listens or downloads, right? So that's 100,000 a season-ish, right, give or take 74,610. So it would stand to reason by the time we get to season 10, that'll be a million-ish, probably a little bit more, because the reason we have that extra 74,610 is because we keep getting more and more popular. So those are like extra little add-ons every year to that 100,000 baseline, I'm assuming. You know, we can assume that.
That means we have to go to season 10. Because
we got to get to the million.
We have to. I was thinking, okay, we got to at least get to 300 episodes in my head of Podcast Land. But I don't know if we're going to hit 300 in our next 2. I think we're going to have to hit 10 seasons to make sure we get that. Maybe that's the final announcement of when Making an Impact officially,
when we call it a day,
is when we hit 1 million listens.
All right, listeners, well, you tell us what you think. Should we continue this indefinitely, or are we aiming for 1 million and then we're gonna say farewell and on to the next journey?
Oh my gosh, I mean, I don't know. It's up to us, Lesley. We're the ones that are doing it every week.
Is true.
We're sitting down bi-weekly now, but we put a lot of time and thought and effort into this podcast. It's a lot of brainstorming sessions. It's a lot of collaborating. It's a lot of time spent on Zoom chatting with one another.
Thank
about
goodness
dance.
For Zoom.
Even industry research. Our eyes are everywhere.
Just
We're
a constant deep
We're-
dive.
Yeah. So it's
Many
not a
voice
full-time
notes.
gig, but it's definitely a gig that we spend a lot of time doing, and we do it for y'all. We do it for the fans. So thank you for all the listens. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for continuing to listen to old episodes. We love it.
And thank you for our 4,000 members in our Facebook group. You guys are awesome too. I love the conversations there because they tend, every now and then I'll see a post reposted in another dance group, but most of the time I would say people stick to our group, have the conversation there, keep it a little bit more community friendly. A lot of us know each other, through judging, through teaching, through just the whole industry. So it does really feel like you can come to our Facebook group and have a civil conversation about an industry that sometimes does not feel so civil. REC previous episode. So thanks everyone for just contributing and being a part of this, because the dance world is only the dance world because of the people that make it.
Absolutely. Well, we have a few episode stats that we need to get to, and it's always our favorite part of our wrap-up episodes because we gotta know who is in first, second, and third of the all-time most listened to episodes. But before we hear those three, we have to share our most popular episode of the current season, Season 7.
All right, listeners, what do you think the most listened to episode of Season 7 was? I'm going to give you a second. Take a moment. Think about it in your head.
Hopefully you listened to it.
All right. The most listened to episode of Season 7 was episode 253, released February 5th, 2026, right after my birthday. What dance competition judges want to see on stage this season?
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to know.
I get it. I understand. It's these buzzy topics that just draw people in, and everybody wants to know what a judge is looking for.
Of course. That's the premise of this podcast.
Exactly. That's why we started this podcast. So to have a topic like that, in that episode featured a lot of chime-ins from your actual judges from our IDA judging panel. So it popped right there at the top of competition season. That way you could listen and hopefully implement.
Yes. And of course, we have our top 3 most listened to episodes of all time. This little musical episodes, I feel like, happens every year where they kind of rotate a little bit. Some of them hold steady. But all right, the third most popular episode of all time. Season 3, episode 87, Stage Presence, Why Performance Matters. This is where it was last year.
Yeah, same
Third
spot
place.
as last
Okay.
year. So it's
Holding
staying
steady.
strong in third. Yep. And I think we're all going to be surprised but not with our first and second place. Second most listened to episode of all time is Season 4, episode 127, Competition Trends, the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And fun fact, that was our first place winner last season. So what could be in first now?
Who knows? I don't know. Could it be Season 1, episode 4, Lyrical versus Contemporary, separating the styles?
She's back.
It's
back. It's back in number 1 spot. And it was staying strong in the number 1 spot since last season. And last season was the first time that another episode took first place.
Crept in there.
Woo.
Yeah, but we love it. We love it when they come back. We love that people, I see people reference that episode a lot when somebody asks the question, because it continues to be asked, because this conversation will never stop. What's the difference between lyrical and contemporary? Boom, here's this episode. I don't want to say it's textbook, because I'm sure there are some textbooks out there, but this gives you a lot of information.
Yeah. Yep, it really does. And there's 2 of them, y'all. We did 2 lyrical versus contemporary. So give a listen if you haven't. It's our most popular episode ever. And speaking of popular and faves, Lesley, do you have any faves from the current season that you loved recording, our guests, the topic, the discussion?
Yes, I really had two that really stood out to me as interesting and fun and different and stuff that we had not necessarily covered yet. You know, it wasn't a repeat. It wasn't a part two. These were brand new topics. So I really enjoyed episode 249, A Day in the Life of a Dancer on Tour. Mm-hmm. So I think that was interesting for me, you know, to hear more about other people's experience on tour, because there's so many different kinds of tours. That one was really fun. And then I really enjoyed 251, Partnering in Lifts, Tips and Tricks for the Pros, because that is, again, something I feel like most studios don't put forth in their training. A lot of times, you know, you and I are both examples of like having to learn how to partner on the job. Yeah. And that is really stressful and challenging. So, you know, hearing about ways to make partnering a little more accessible was kind of cool.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially because we see it on stage all the time. And sometimes it's done exceptionally well, and other times it's done in a little bit of a dangerous fashion. That makes me nervous. So we were hoping that whoever listened to that episode was able to implement some of those tips from our pros in that chat, which was so much fun. And 2 new guests on that one as well.
Yeah.
One of my faves this season was why lyrical dance should be a priority in your weekly training.
Dreams.
Because we love lyrical.
Yes, we do.
We love lyrical. And so do y'all, because lyrical versus contemporary is a top episode. So we love lyrical dance, but it's also sort of fading away or blending or fusing in with contemporary and kind of a lost art. Like tried and true, authentic lyrical is a lost art. So I thought it was a really unique discussion that we had where we got to remind everyone why it's important, why it should be a part of your weekly training, and how to bring it back, because I want to see it more on stage. And if I don't get to see it on stage, I at least hope that you are doing it in the studio.
Yes, we also had 2 new guests on that podcast, Jeremy Duvall and Lindsay Klein. So they were a wealth of information. Really enjoyed hearing from them.
Yeah, it was a great one. So we had some fabulous chats all season long with really great guests, really great topics. So if you still haven't finished season 7, make sure you get the ball rolling, because guess what? It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. And we introduced some new episodes this season on season 7. Like we always do, we kind of sprinkle in a few newbies into the mix. And one of those was actually a style of episode that we introduced in season 1 of Making the Impact. And then we kind of took a hiatus for 6 seasons and decided that it was time to bring it back. And that was our competition spotlight features, where we got to sit down with IDA affiliated competition owners and learn more about how they got into the business of owning a dance comp, what it takes to run a dance competition, what makes their competitions unique. And hopefully for our listeners, maybe it was a inside look to a brand new competition that maybe you've never attended or would like to attend and are going to put onto your competition schedule for this year.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I am typically not a part of that episode format, but I like listening to them as well, because it's just an opportunity to learn about another business and hear their story, which I think is a little bit missing sometimes in the world, you know, from like an outside party to do the interview and to just kind of dig deep. So those were super fun. I hope everybody enjoyed them. And like you said, another chance to get people to know what we do and who supports our business and who we support. We continued our Day in the Life episodes, which are really some of my favorite ones that we do.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to brainstorm and figure out what type of day in the lives we're going to add into season 8. We haven't started our brainstorming yet. So if you are listening and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to hear what it's like to be this, let me know what you want to hear on the episode, and we will make sure that we get some fabulous guests to share their stories with you.
Yes, and last but not least, this season we introduced throwback episodes. And we really want to know, listeners, did you love them or did you hate them? Because we kind of loved them.
I mean, we loved them because we needed to go bi-weekly. And we're all about transparency here on the podcast.
We are. You know this.
Our lives are busy, Lesley and I. And we've come a long way since we started the podcast. And I love to talk about how consistent we've been for 6 seasons straight. And I still even think with season 7, we are extremely consistent. We just scaled back a tiny bit. And we had a handful of throwbacks that kind of filled in the gaps throughout the weeks. And it just allowed us to carve out some time for other things in our lives. Sometimes it was just really hard to align not only just our schedules, but then 2 other guests' schedules to all come together at the same time on the same time zone on the same day and sit down for an hour and chat dance.
Man, those time zones really, really kill us sometimes.
For anyone who has ever dreamt of starting a podcast, the hardest part is getting the scheduling done. I'm not going to lie. I think that you can sit down and record and talk, and that's the easy part, and then you can outsource the editing or whatever, but making sure that people's schedule align with the guests that you are dreaming to have or the people that are eager to be on your podcast, it is so darn hard to do. So it was definitely easier this season. We recorded a few less episodes than normal, but I also filled in with some episodes on my own, flying solo for those competition spotlights. And I think it worked out, honestly. It was fun to throw some throwbacks in the mix.
Exactly.
Too.
And, you know, I think it's nice for the folks who are newer listeners, to be honest, like when you're holding your phone and you're paging through 250 episodes to try to find episode 3, like that just takes a million years. So it happens to just show up on your phone right there, ready to go. Okay, well then you didn't have to do any extra work. So I think that's a nice feature. And then also it just allowed us as well, for the episodes that we did produce with new topics, allowed us to focus on those a little bit more in depth with our questions and with our topic selection. It just felt easier. And you know what, folks? Work smarter, not harder.
That's it. That's it. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes, like last season in particular, there were times where I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to fit a podcast recording into my week?
Truly.
I don't know
Truly.
if it's possible.
Yeah.
You know,
and you have to, because we are like,
the
consistency is key. We are consistent. You meet Courtney and Lesley, like you just know these people are consistent. So, I mean, we would never have dreamed of like skipping a week because we were too busy. Like that's not a thing. So this enables us to like actually do the work and keep it consistent and make sure that we are lining up with your expectations as listeners.
Yeah, so we do want to hear from you. Maybe we'll do a poll in the podcast group and ask, did we love them or did we hate them?
Did you even listen to them? Hopefully you did.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I do think that if there's diehards, they probably skipped because they probably listened already.
Listened, right.
Unless it was a topic that they're like, oh, I forget what that one was all about. Let's refresh. But definitely for a lot of our newer fans, and because, like you said, we have 6 seasons of content, that there are definitely episodes that I'm sure newbies never went back and listened to. So I was here for it. It worked great for us. But if you have recommendations on what will work even better for us for season 8,
we're here for suggestions.
Y'all
the suggestion box is open.
All right, so we have some new things coming for the upcoming summer, and I'm sure there will be some new things in season 8 as we continue to brainstorm and plan in our summer hiatus. But let's talk about some of the upcoming things that are popping up for us this summer. And one of those is Dance Teacher Web. Fingers crossed, Lesley, that you will be there with me again this season. But we had so much fun at Dance Teacher Web last year.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so cool to see people from all over the country, new friends who already knew the podcast. We had such a nice turnout for that live episode, and then we were able to release it for everyone to hear. It was just amazing. So stay tuned to see if I will be in attendance.
Yes, I really hope that you can be there, and I will definitely be there this summer. It is taking place in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Paris Hotel, August 6th through 9th, a little later this summer than last year. It took place in July last year, but I still think it's going to be a really great event, even though it's in August. Don't let that hold you back from attending, because so many fabulous teachers and educators and instructors come through for tons of different seminars, movement classes, business classes. It is really a great way to kickstart your dance season at Dance Teacher Web. And I want to give a shout out to Steve and Angie for inviting me back and also allowing us to host the podcast at the event. It was really, really a great discussion. So give a listen to that episode if you missed out on it. It's a good chat, and we hope to have another one coming your way. Another event that is happening this summer that you do not want to miss is the Dance One Summit taking place this year in New York City on August 13th through the 16th. It is falling over a weekend, and I will be there teaching a few classes and seminars, and hopefully Making the Impact will also be there. So Lesley will be joining me, and we will be doing some fun things around the event, as well as hopefully going to see the ACE Awards again, because that was such a treat.
Oh, that was also a really good episode that we did this season.
Yes,
was the winners of the ACE Awards. That was so cool to see them back in action at the Dance One Summit. And it's been years since that event was taking place. So it is back in action. I'm excited to see it again this coming year.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So stay tuned for more updates as we get closer in August for what we'll be doing at the Dance One Summit. But if you're going to be in attendance, make sure you come find us and say hey, get some stickers from us. We'll be walking around and we'll be having a good time. So we can't wait to connect with you there.
And you have a summer podcast at Streets, correct?
So many darn summer podcasts are happening this summer. Wow. Yes. I'm really excited to have another live podcast happening at Streets Dance Conventions Nationals, which I'll be in attendance, as well as an IDA judge on their judging panel for the national event. And we will be doing another live pod there, which is super fun. We had it take place towards the end of the event last season. We had a lot of dancers come, parents come, teachers come, asking some really great questions. We launched that episode as a Platinum Premium exclusive, but this season we will be launching our Live from Streets Dance Conventions Nationals as a summer bonus episode. So if you are attending Streets Dance Conventions Nationals, be sure to register for the event. It is free, but we want to make sure that we can give you a nice little goodie bag and know that you're going to come and show up and chat dance with us. Get your questions prepped. Can't wait to meet all the diehard Making the Impact fans at Nationals.
All right. Well, that is all the events, the actual in-person events that are happening this summer that we know of. There could always be more. You never know. Mm-hmm. But we also have some online events that are happening that happen every summer for Making the Impact. And the first one is our Making the Impact Award Judge's Choice Fan Favorite Contest.
Woo, the fan favorite. So all of those Making the Impact Awards that you've listened to us announce throughout the entire season, now all of those winners are going to come together for a voting contest in June. And we will announce the date soon. We will be in touch. Stay posted on our social media as to when that is taking place. But if you are a recipient of a Making the Impact Award, you are eligible to be entered into the fan favorite contest. However, I'm putting this disclaimer out there. If you are listening, but you did not register your award, then you will not be eligible to participate. You must register your Making the Impact Award, and how you do that is by scanning the QR code on the back of your physical plaque that you've received on site at an IDA affiliated competition. There's also a link, or you can shoot us a DM and ask us, how do I register my award? I'm a winner. And that way you can take place in our upcoming fan favorite, which is really exciting. So many people get involved and vote like crazy. And it's been a blast doing this contest for the past few years.
Yeah, and I love that it involves everybody. Anybody can participate in voting. Right? So you're bringing your grandparents, you're like, click on this. You're trying to tell them how to vote. Like it's interactive for everyone. But when the winner wins, the winner gets a full episode devoted to their studio on our podcast. And I think that has been the coolest part, is to meet studios from around the country, hear about what makes them special and unique, and just get to know the people who are doing good work out there. Because the Making the Impact Award is all about recognizing good work in different ways than scores. Mm-hmm. So I think that is the coolest part, is hearing from studios you might not otherwise hear from.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's been lovely connecting. It's also a great way for us to help support our IDA affiliated competitions who allow us to give away this award at their events. So then it's also supporting their customers who attend and are choosing to go to IDA affiliated comps. It's just like a big celebration for all. And I think that it's just so unique that we have this tie-in to offer interview on a podcast. That's just such a unique feature that not many people can get out of an award that they win at a competition.
Right. It's not just a plaque. It's not a banner. It's not just a thing you can hang up in your studio. Like, this will live in perpetuity. So, you know, people can go back to it anywhere in the world and hear about your studio. So thank you to all of the participants who have registered your awards so far. If you have not done so, please do, so you can be involved in this contest this summer. And best of luck to everyone.
Yes, and I want to give a shout out to our fan favorite winner from last season. That is Dance Fusion Performing Arts Studio from Allentown, Pennsylvania. For their large group, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? You can give a listen to our full spotlight episode featuring their studio on the podcast from season 7. It kicked off our season.
And another fun thing that we offer to our listeners, and I mean really to anybody, but I think it's mostly our listeners who participate, is our cover art contest to be the dancers on the podcast cover art.
Yay. It's a fun one that we do, and the dancers get involved. You have to find your best dance shot is what we're looking for. We want to see a photo of you in action. And if you look at your screen, wherever you're listening to this podcast, you might see 2 fabulous dancers behind our logo who are featured on our season 7. And those dancers are Ava from Missouri and Avari from Texas. So they are going to be there for the remainder of the summer until season 8 is announced. But we will have 2 brand new dancers gracing our cover art for season 8 with our cover art contest that is going to be launching in July.
Another thing happening coming up this year is our IDA judge submissions. We are always looking for new faces to join our roster to go through our pre-screening process. So that submission opens up on our website on August 1st. So get your resumes ready, get your information about yourself ready, and submit away.
Yes, please stay connected with us on our website and make sure you get your submission in quick because submissions will close September 15th on the dot. So you only have a month and a half to apply to be considered to join our IDA roster of Impact Dance adjudicators.
And as usual, we are always looking for more friends too. So please join our Facebook community. We are making the Impact a Dance Competition podcast community. You'll find us. We're right there. Join us. You have to submit a couple of answers to some questions just so we know that you are truly involved in the dance world, and then you'll be admitted for all of the fun happenings there.
Yes, y'all. And as we are heading out with this wrap-up episode of Season 7, we want to hear from you. If you have any ideas for future Making the Impact topics that you want us to cover that we haven't touched yet on the podcast, now is the time. Shoot us a DM on Instagram on Impact Dance Adjudicators Instagram account. Shoot me a DM on Facebook. Shoot Lesley a DM on Facebook. Pop it into the comments on our Facebook group. Shoot us an email at podcasts@impactdanceadjudicators.com or visit our website. There's so many ways to get a hold of us, but we want to hear from you if there's an episode that you want us to tackle for season 8.
And there's also this cool new feature on Apple Podcasts called Fan Mail.
Yeah.
Like, this is, everything is the future. Like, we live in the future because you can now just click a link and send us a message. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think it's available actually on every podcast platform. It's in our show notes. So right at the top of every show notes now, it'll say, send us fan mail. And if you click it, you can literally send us any message you want. And it goes right to our phone. So we want to hear from you. Send us some fan mail about the episode, about the podcast. Send us some love. There's also a way to send comments on specific episodes in Spotify, if that's your player of choice, which I do love listening to podcasts on Spotify personally. So
nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, again, we live in the future, so we have many ways to be in contact. So please reach out. We are happy to hear from you.
And we have some fun things coming your way in season 8, but you're gonna have to wait a few months until you find out what those are. And that season 8 is officially launching on September 3rd, 2026. Can't believe it.
Can't wait. Well, until then, Courtney, or really until summer, I bid you adieu.
Yes, I will see you in person sooner than later this summer. And we wish you a fabulous summer with your dancers. Good luck at nationals. Have a great recital. And we'll see you in season 8.
See you in season 8.